Hi and welcome to Outwell. In this film I'm going to talk you through the features of our Concorde L, which is from our Smart Air collection. You can see here that it's a large tunnel design tent which sleeps up to 6 people. With the tent being from our Smart Air collection, what you'll find that is in place of the traditional style of tent poles, we actually have inflatable tubes. What this allows is the tent to be pitched really quickly and easily. In the details of that, we're actually using our one-go inflation technology. This allows us to use one single valve on the side of the tent, and when the pump is plugged into here, you can actually inflate the entire thing using just this one valve. When it comes to deflating the tent, each tube section has a release valve like this one here, so all we have to do is just turn this round and the tent will deflate really quickly as well. We supply a double action hand pump with the tent, and you'll just see on top here that we have a manometer which just indicates the pressure of the inflatable tubes. Now this tent can be inflated to between 0.6 and 0.8 bar, which represents 8.7 to 11.6 psi. So what that means is that you've got a real sturdy structure even in high wind conditions. The fly sheet that we're using here is our Outtex Airtech. Now this is a polycotton material which has a 65% cotton, 35% polyester mix. So what that means, it's a really good quality material that's going to last a very, very long time. It also reacts very well to the environment that it's in, so it will keep you nice and cool on warmer days and vice versa. And you'll also find that it is naturally waterproof as well, although we have put a treating on here just to make sure that in light showers the water will bead straight off of the material. Some other features on the outside of the tent. You'll see here we have large ventilation panels, just allowing cool fresh air into the tent. If it gets a little bit chilly, we can simply take this away with these Velcro tabs and close it down like so. You'll also notice we have large windows all the way around the tent as well. Each one of these windows has been tinted, so it serves 2 key functions. One is to reflect away the sunlight, reducing the amount of glare, and the second is obviously to give you that little bit more privacy within the tent as well. We also have our floating guyline system on this tent. So this is where we have 2 separate sections to the guyline. So we have the black guyline at the top, which obviously ties in with the colour of the tent. And then at the bottom, we have our luminous guyline here, hopefully to stop you tripping over them quite as easily. And then each one of the guylines on the tents also has its own retainer. So when it comes to packing down, all you have to do is wrap up the guylines in your hand and pop them in here so that the next time you come to use them, they're nice and easily accessible. Something else that we provide with this tent is our Easy Pegging System. So this is where we supply 3 different pegs with the tent. So we have the solid steel pegs here for use on the corners where the grey pegging points are. So these become your anchor pegs. We have the black plastic peg for all of the pegging points around the side of the tent, which are obviously colour-coded black. And then we have the luminous pegs here for use with the luminous guideline. So the Easy Pegging System ensures you get the right peg in the right place. You'll find that on the side of the tent we have this rain-safe entrance. So on drizzly days, this would be the entrance to use, and obviously you'll get a good amount of shelter over the door here. So you can see here that the front door on the tent is a good size, certainly full walk-in height, and it's a good width as well to enable you to get your furniture and storage and things like this inside the tent. I mentioned earlier on that we use our one-go inflation technology in this tent, and how that works is by using these long tube sections which run down the middle of the tent from front to back. What that actually does as well is creates even more stability on here. So you can see here, even by me putting quite a lot of pressure on the front there, the tent is very, very stable. So that just shows you that even in high wind conditions, you're still going to be able to use the tent. Something else I just want to point out on the tube sections themselves is our shut-off valves at the top here. So what this enables us to do is if we just put these to the closed position, that allows us to separate each individual tube section within the tent as well. Just while I'm at the top here, I'll highlight that we have our lantern hanging point right in the centre of the tent, and then we have some cable tidies which run down this tube section here, down to where our cable entry point is. So this is just going to allow you to bring any cables or electrics into the tent without having any of the doors open. Again, while I'm down here, I'll just highlight the ground sheet that we're using. So this is an Oxford polyester material, which is very tough, very durable. It has a hydrostatic head of 5,000 millimetres. It's fully sealed from front to back and from side to side, and it is bathtub in style as well. So you're not going to have any drafts coming in through the sides, and hopefully you're going to keep out those unwanted bugs as well. Certainly the space is accentuated in here thanks to those large windows that I pointed out earlier on. You can see there's plenty of head height in here. I'm around 1.95 m tall, and you can see lots of space for furniture and storage and things too. So the windows themselves have curtains, individual curtains here, so we have it rolled away, but these can be brought either halfway up for a little bit more privacy, or they can obviously be fully closed as well. Across the top is where you'll find the mesh ventilation panels, which correspond to the outside ventilation that we mentioned earlier on. Some other things to highlight to you then. The tent has 2 side doors as well, and on the outside we've already shown you that one of them has the rain-safe entrance. A great feature here is that you're able to roll up the outside door and then drop down a full mesh door here, again giving you great ventilation opportunities, and obviously this is again going to keep out those unwanted bugs as well. At the back of the tent is where you'll find the sleeping compartments, and as I mentioned earlier on, this one sleeps up to 6 people. So just talking through some of the features on here, you'll see that we're using our wave-shaped hanging point system to attach the bedrooms to the tent. What this does is just takes off any stress points across the top seam of the bedroom. Some other features on the bedrooms, you'll find that we have some mesh storage pockets on the outside. We also have a mesh ventilation panel on each door, which has a curtain behind it, which we have closed at the moment, so you can get good privacy here. Inside the bedrooms, you'll also find that we have some storage pockets, ideal for smaller personal possessions. Towards the back, you'll find another large mesh ventilation panel, which again corresponds to outside ventilation. And we have a full zippable closed sheet here, which separates the 2 bedrooms. Obviously, that can then be opened up to create one large bedroom. Something else I just want to highlight to you is our universal bedroom system. So this is where you can choose to get rid of one of these bedrooms very simply, just by untoggling around the front. And if we did that all the way around here and all the way around the back, we take the zips that are in the middle here and just open these up. And what you'll find is that whole bedroom can be dropped down. You can then roll that up and toggle it into position, leaving you with one good sized bedroom and even more living space. We have a few optional extras available for the tent, including a carpet for the living area here, giving you a little bit more comfort. There's also a footprint available to go under the tent. There's a front extension available, and there's also a front awning available. So that's all the features of our Concorde L. Thank you very much for watching.